3 is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. 3 adventurers are tossed into a wondrous world of Dungeons and Dragons. This is Party of 3. In the last episode of Party of 3.
My name's Patty Shellman, and I'm an alchemist. It's called Sloth's Breath. I grow it out back, and I keep a good, healthy stockpile so I can go out and tend to my farms and go about the lands. It keeps the breathers away just in case. When I was on the west side, I didn't hear many wolves howling. It's much more present here in the east.
3. That's not a terribly large number for wolves.
It doesn't appear to be a normal wolf.
Quick, hit it with your shield.
It's looking very decrepit.
Ew.
It jumps on top of you, knocks you prone, and it goes straight for your neck. As it's doing this, its teeth start glowing blue. It sinks its teeth into Kittlesworth, and its fangs glow again.
It's time to go.
Back down the mountain.
I'm trying to drag Kittlesworth. Last ditch effort to save Kittlesworth. I'm gonna try and cut off the wolf's head with my sword.
The wolf reacts to this. It unleashes Kittlesworth, and it ducks backwards, and you behead Kittlesworth.
No!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Kittlesworth is dead.
We have to run.
You guys all run?
Aye.
Oh my god. I'm gonna, I guess, run. Oh god.
Okay, you all managed to escape. The wolves seem too preoccupied with feasting on Kittlesworth's body.
Watched a man die today.
I killed a man today.
I pull out my water skin and start drinking heavily.
I really hate this mountain.
I hate this island. The whole thing.
I hate this.
I'm with ya. Well, we have clearly learned that the wolves are a lot stronger than we are.
Yeah.
And the breeders have a reason to fear them.
And you look around and you see the clearing. It's about half a mile wide in radius, so it's very large. And inside of it is nothing but just a mass of breathers. 3 wolves howl from the mountains, from the direction of the mountains.
Nope.
And it seems impossibly distant. The mountains are very far away. And as you hear this, you see in front of you a light coming from the sky. A very bright light.
Well,
What is that?
nothing good.
And it comes all the way down and then strikes right in the middle of the half-mile clearing. And it doesn't make an impact. There's a breather that you didn't see before floating there.
Oh, I get it. This is where new breathers come from.
You guys skillfully weave in and out of the breathers, no one noticing you. Until your spell wears off.
I'm gonna cast lightning bolt straight through the crowd of those that are in front of us.
Ooh, okay. Do you like stomp on the ground too? And like,
So like I'm running, I do like a leap, I cast it and just keep running.
yeah, all right. You hit all of the breathers in front of you, and it creates this path as they shriek and move out of the way. And you make it away safely.
Why don't we head back to the landing for now and see if the promised reinforcements are here?
Yep, you make it to the shore, and at the shore you see what looks like a campsite. Well, you're gonna have to talk to General Patchek about that.
Oh, is he here?
Check.
How did it go?
Are you really gonna ask us that?
You just asked us if there were 4 of us, now there's 3 of us. How do you think it went? Genius.
I'm sure that you've heard that you've been promoted from criminals.
Aye, we heard we're adventurers now.
Adventurers, that's right. A good title.
What
is
a
it
lovely
not?
title that
I'm
we've been
so
given.
honored. So does that mean we get to go home?
You will take us to the locations that you found.
That's fine. We can go to the top of the mountain again.
We can take you up there. Or would you prefer to see the clearing of more breathers than you can ever care to count?
You find yourself at the beach with General Patchek and his men. And we're right back where we left off. This is party of 3. So, you'll go and take us to the place that you found, yeah?
I mean, we can. There's not really anything that I want to do in either of those places, but we can drag your sorry butts there.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention, your companion, Lilith, while we were gone, she seemed to have succumbed to magic poisoning. So she's on the ship now, but she's kind of unconscious, so...
She'll be up in the running in a few days.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure you knew.
She's strong. She'll wake up.
Might be safer if she didn't, to be entirely fair. Anyway,
Okay, well, we're gonna head out tomorrow, so go ahead and make yourself around camp. We've got a place set up for you, so you can stay here the night.
great. I go to the designated clearing for us mighty adventurers and set up me bedroll near a campfire, the brewing kit, and begin to go about me business.
Do they have any fish?
They do.
I'm gonna eat into the fish rations.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, they have fish because they came on here on a ship, and what else are you gonna eat?
Whatever I can find. Maybe I don't know. Look
No,
around.
sorry, that was a hypothetical. Like, what else are you gonna eat when you're?
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
All good. All good. Do you guys want to do anything else before you hit the hay?
Nah, not at all.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Just want to make sure that you guys are at full HP then.
Yep.
Yep, full HP. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. You wake up the next morning and General Patchek comes in and he's like, "Hey, come on, time to get up. Let's go."
Aye, we heard you the first time when you started rattling around in that cantankerous armor of yours. You're in control of this dog and pony show. Where do you want us to go?
Well, what did you find first when you got here?
The beach.
No. It wasn't the beach. It was. Well, I mean, we saw the beach, but we found that crazy guy.
We did find the crazy guy.
Crazy guy.
Aye, some person who you lovely people dropped off here and made an underground home to hide from the breathers.
Underground home? Oh, okay. Well, let's go check him out. Did he have a name?
Galley or Gallo? Gallon.
Something from Galley.
I don't know.
Gillen from Galley, that was his name.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, he was on the, a little bit into the forest, a little bit to the west. I'll see if I can remember exactly where we found him at.
It was before the mountains. Gramps.
It was.
Okay, well, why don't we go and see if we can find him?
Alright.
I grab another fish.
Alright. I'm going to try to remember the correct spot he was in.
So, just as a piece of narrative, on the shore there's about 4 galleons, So large ships, very large ships, and that's how the men came to the island. They came to Nis.
How many are there? Not galleons, but men.
Oh, men. There's about 200. So a fairly large number.
They came to go to war.
That's fine.
Essentially, yeah. Things aren't doing so great. You kind of hear from the men just in passing that you don't think things are going so well in Galley.
All right, let's head out then. Are we taking the whole shebang or just part of it?
Yeah, everyone's going with you. So you guys mount up on horses, and yeah, there's a whole.
There's no way we're fitting 200 people into that tiny hole.
There's no way we're fitting 20 people into the tiny hole.
It's you guys are gonna go in like a kind of escort pattern, so it's like it's a line of like maybe 2 or 3 horses, so it's not very wide, and that's how you're gonna traverse.
Yep. I was never a fan of these large beasts of burden. Too noisy. Not enough.
We didn't have horses where we were from. They were too expensive.
No horses.
Just cows.
Did you ride the cows?
No, we didn't ride cows.
Oh.
We milked and ate the cows and then bred them to have more cows. You know.
Where are you from again? Says Patchak.
I'm from the town of Gorn.
Gorn. Oh, off in the. Oh.
Yep, in Skeldar.
So you're from Skeldar.
That's me. Me and Lilith, actually, both from Gorn.
Well, an adventure is an adventure. I guess it doesn't matter which side you're from, Skeldar or Tavern.
Yes. Well, this debate of the minds is fascinating. I prefer we just concentrate on the task at hand.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if we're criminals or adventurers. We're still on this.
Yeah, we're still trapped in this hellhole.
Okay, so where do we go again? He kind of pulls out a map.
Northwest.
A little bit to the north, a little bit to the west. Inside the forest. Before you get into a large concentration of the beasties. But they're still around.
Sure, okay. And you guys kind of set off, and you are riding next to General Patchak and his men. And you kind of, like, as you're departing and you're still in a kind of clump of people, you hear from, like, a little bit of chitter-chatter from the nearby soldiers. They're kind of hesitant. They're kind of like, I hear, this thing about Nis. I heard that the breathers, they like kill everybody.
Do they look worried? Like really worried?
Yeah, they're concerned.
I turn back. Everything you heard is true. Every last bit of it.
The crowd erupts into mumbling like,
It can be even worse than you ever imagined. Sitting happily, seeing them very uncomfortable about the situation.
Yep. Yeah, people are starting to sweat.
Good.
It takes some really hardened veterans to come to this place. Only the toughest of the tough can survive. You'll be lucky to make it back.
Okay, well, yeah. On that note, you guys set off, heading north towards the mountains, to find Gillen.
Now, I don't remember exactly which tree the little boy punched to get into his little hovel, but it's somewhere in the area.
Can I make like a perception check to try and remember if this looks familiar or something? Like where we are currently?
Sure, go ahead.
16.
16? You don't really recognize anything around it.
Okay.
You're in a pretty thick jungle. It's very dense. There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of underbrush, and it's very easy to get lost.
Okay.
Patchak calls his men to halt. Halt! And he raises his hand, and all the horses stop, and they stop in a kind of line. He dismounts his horse, and he rolls up his sleeve to reveal a line of tattoos.
Do they look familiar?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they look a lot like Herrig's tattoos.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has these tattoos.
Apparently. They're just street corner things you can get now.
So you recall that he's a high-ranking general, and
Aye.
so he's been given these tattoos to use in combat. So one of his tattoos glows. A pattern glows on his tattoos, and he raises his hand, and from it emanates a burst of light. And in that burst of light, it goes through the trees, all the trees in the underbrush, and one tree gets illuminated in red. And it is up. There it is! Found it! And then he hops back on his horse.
That's a nifty trick.
How'd you do that?
With magic.
I understand. How'd you do it?
Well, that's kind of a long discussion. You have to take a class for that. It's just basic seeking.
Seeking. I take note of that.
Okay. And he hops back on his horse, and he raises his hand again, and then swings it forward. And go!
And once again, we're off with a much clearer idea of our destination.
So you get to the tree eventually, and Patchek hits his hand against the tree, and sure enough, the door opens. So...
Gallon.
Gillen. It's Gillen.
Gillen.
Is this where he lives? Is this the one?
Well,
This is what it looked like last time we were here.
how many trapdoors in the forest? Like, I wonder how many people live underground in the forest
It could be more than one.
just by punching trees.
How did he get the idea? Whatever. I hope
He
down
said-
the hole to see if he's whom.
He said he hadn't seen people in like 7 years.
He was also crazy.
Okay, you go down the hole, and inside there, it's just like before. There's kind of like some rooms in there that are dug out, and there's like candles and stuff. They're not lit; they've been blown out. It's very dark.
I'll pop down and cast light.
Okay, you cast light, and it illuminates the room. Standard underground bunker. It's made of dirt, packed and reinforced on the walls. Not terribly secure. It could cave in if there was a lot of pressure above it. What would you like to do?
Gillen, are you home? Answer. I hop up out to the hole. Nobody's home.
Well, what were we hoping to
I don't know. You
ask
were the
him
one.
anyway? What did you think he knew?
You said bring us where you went first. We
It-
did exactly what you wanted.
What's wrong with you?
What's
You're supposed
wrong
to
with
take
us?
us to the important things.
You said where's the first place we went? This is the first place we went. You didn't say take us to the important things. If we wanted to take to the important things, we would have taken you to the 3 wolves on top of the mountain that are going to kill you and all 200 of your men.
Oh, there's 3 wolves on top of the mountain.
Aye, there's 3 wolves on top of the mountain.
Oh, don't worry. They're pushovers. I'm sure you guys can take them.
Yeah, they're real pushovers. They seem to nullify all your fancy little tricks, and they're just gonna love shoving your own swords through your thighs.
You're funny. All 200 men. You think 3 wolves can beat 200 men?
Oh, I know they could take all 200 of your
Certain.
men.
You must be crazier than me.
I mean, he came to this, so he's pretty crazy.
He did come to this.
I
All right.
like you.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Oh boy.
Take us to those wolves.
I'm gonna get close to him and just say, okay, breathing my fishy breath right into his face. Fine.
Your breath smells terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just, taking orders.
All right.
Sir.
You want to go to the wolves that are on top of the mountains. Keep heading north.
All right, let's go. So you depart, and because you're on horseback, you're moving pretty quickly. You make it to the base of the mountains before sunset. It's around 2:00 p.m. And you dismount from the horses, and you start making the trek up the mountain. So again, actually, no, you don't need to make climb checks this time. And that's because you've got like 200 men behind you. So it's a pretty good operation to scale the mountains.
All right.
But as you're doing it, you hear the 3 wolves howling in the distance, like as you
There
did
they
before.
come. Here they come.
Here we go again. We're about to have a lot more company.
I'm gonna. Are we in front of all the men or behind all the men?
Oh, we're right in the front of this next to Patrick.
Yeah, you're near the front.
Cool.
You're still scaling the mountains.
Cool. Fine. Let me I'll keep climbing. I'm gonna stay as close to Gramps as I possibly can.
Okay. You hear as you're climbing the mountains, you hear some whispering and kind of a lot of whispering from behind you, and people go like, what is that? What is that?
It's all true.
We told
Every
you,
bit
the
of it.
wolves that are gonna kill literally all of you. All because General Ponzi shit over here really wants to meet them.
You look up and finally you see there's a line of smoke in front of you. It's white smoke, and it's spelling out a word.
Well, that's new.
Yeah.
And it's spelling out a word, and it says, leave.
I would love to take your advice, Mr. Mysterious Smoke. Nothing would make me happier, but this man's what's causing it, so you kill him, and I'm gone. All these people are also gone.
What's the language that it's written in? Just out of curiosity.
It's written in English.
Okay. Cool.
And the smoke kind of dissipates into a ball, and then it rearranges itself into another word, and it says, now.
Oh,
Gladly.
we would love
Get rid
to.
of the rest.
Yeah, aye. We're gone as soon as Magic Man over here deems it necessary.
As you keep climbing the mountain.
Yes.
Like we said, as soon as Magic Man gets away, we're gone. But until then, we're forced to climb the mountain.
Patchek sees this, the smoke, and he says, what's making this, what is making the smoke?
Why don't you go to the top of the mountain and find out, you jackass?
What?
We told you, there are 3 wolves up there that are clearly controlling the spirits of the breathers. Or at least not controlling them, but bringing them here. They are beyond your comprehension of power. You can go up there and die horribly. They just don't want to be disturbed.
Ah, okay. So, but the breathers are attacking us down in Galley. What are we supposed to do?
Why don't you talk to the wolves and find out?
They might be more amenable to conversation this time.
With, 200 people? Oh, wait, hold on, I'm sorry. 202 people? No, wait, just 2 people. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Look, if I turn back, the Lord's not going to be happy.
Exactly.
How will he ever know? Is he here?
Because the breathers will keep attacking.
All right. And how do you know that killing the wolves or killing whatever's up here is going to make him stop? They might just be unhappy with this hellhole of an island. I know, I'm pretty salty about it.
I thought you said that they're creating the breathers.
They're bringing the souls of all the deceased and turning them into the breathers. The breathers are all of the dead.
Every dead
Ever.
that's ever existed.
every dead?
Aye.
Yep.
Oh dear. Well, are the wolves making them evil?
We don't know. Why don't you talk to them? They're right up there. How far away are we from the
Did they talk to you?
No.
Well then, how are they going to talk to us?
I don't know, but you're the one who wants us to take you places. We're taking you places. For a commander, you're really bad at commanding.
You hear that, men? I call down to the men below. Your commander doesn't know what to do. He's unsure of himself. Not even fit to lead.
He turns around. Men! Everything will be okay!
I'm making gestures.
With his arms
I'm
raised.
I'm doing the same exact thing. Like no.
He's very he's very unreassuring. He just goes, everything will be okay.
I'm making faces.
And then he turns back around. Don't say that in front of my men.
Say what?
Don't say I'm incompetent in front of my men.
I didn't say you're incompetent. I said you're not fit to lead.
That's the same thing.
You haven't shown that.
What?
Why don't you get to the top of the mountain? Prove to the men that you can take down these wolves that apparently, aren't that big a deal. That'd be a good sign of a leader.
Fine. We'll do just that. We
keep
are
talking.
competent. We will kill these wolves. And
Okay.
with that, he swings his cape around and he continues up the mountain. And everyone's scaling the mountain. The smoke is following you, and it turns back into a ball, and it rearranges into several words. It says, "Prepare to die."
Yep. That sounds about par for the course for this mountain.
Bring it on.
We're here for the long haul.
Okay, you hear the wolves howl in the distance one more time, and it's getting awfully close. You're nearly at the top of the mountain.
All right.
Keep climbing.
Yep. Yeah, they'll be waiting for you.
Okay, well, all of the men get to the top of the mountain.
As soon as everyone gets up, I'm gonna grab Gramps and cast invisibility on the both of us.
Okay. When are you going to do this?
As soon as everyone gets to the top of the mountain.
Okay, got it. Okay. So, yeah, everyone climbs up to the top of the mountain. They're all kind of rendezvousing at the top there. They haven't made contact with the wolves yet. They're waiting around. They're getting organized. And there's a lot of the men, especially the ones at the back, who are just totally unsure of themselves. You can hear them like, "We gotta get out of here. We're gonna die."
I whisper, "Shh," to you, Gramps.
Aye. Well, we might as well stay and watch a little bit of the show.
Let's get towards the edge of the summit so that we can get away.
That sounds reasonable.
Okay, yeah. Patrick doesn't really notice you guys walking away into the crowd of troops.
We're invisible.
Oh, you already casted it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, that works. Yeah, Patrick does not see you cast the spell. And then no one sees you as you go away because you're invisible.
Good.
Yes. So, are you leaving the mountain? Or are you just in the back of the
I
crowd?
said we watch.
We're just in the back of the crowd at this point.
Okay.
Kind of just isolated from the group. Not really actively engaging in anything, but skulking away.
Okay.
Waiting to see what happens to them.
A wolf appears
Near us or near them?
at the front of the crowd.
Perfect.
But you can hear its growl as though it were right next to you.
Well, they're just as pleasant as I remember.
And it's just slowly walking towards you, making awful barking and growling sounds.
Straight for us.
Straight towards the crowd.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And out of the darkness, two other ones appear too.
I like this.
This seems about what we wanted to happen.
Yep. Let's watch.
The wolves walk up, and then they stop, tails raised, in front of Patchek. They're about 20 feet away. And Patchek looks at them and says, "What? Hello, I am General Patchek." They growl.
This will be fascinating.
I think he thinks he can talk to them.
To be fair, he might be able to. We kind of just attacked instantly.
The smoke that you saw earlier is up and behind the wolves, as though it were like a screen, like a television screen almost. It's just up and behind them. It's not a television screen. It's just the positioning. That was a terrible descriptor. The smoke is located up and behind the wolves,
All right.
so that the entire crowd can see. And it spells out, what do you want? Why are you here? Patrick says, "We've heard that you're creating the breathers, who have been attacking Galley. Why are you doing this?" And it spells out, "Humans must die."
Well, that's unpleasant.
I'm glad I'm a half-elf.
And then it writes out, "And dwarves, and elves, and
Well.
anything that's not a breather."
Well, so much for survival of the non-humans.
And it says, "We will protect what's ours."
This island? They seem
checked.
to be confused.